Hello students, so today we are going to begin with a new chapter. The course name of the course is Polymer Chemistry, and in this polymer chemistry, so as the information I got from your previous teacher, it is like that all the chapters were already done except this polymerization reaction. So let's begin with it. So in the polymerization reaction, we are going to cover mainly three uh, main type of reaction. One is the polycondensation reaction, radical polymerization, and third is the copolymerization. Polycondensation reaction, we are going to cover around three areas of polycondensation reaction. And one more thing is like polycondensation reaction is also called as the step reaction, step growth reaction. And it is all the three areas we are going to cover is like interfacial, and then the homogeneous, and third is the ring opening kind of condensation polymerization. This, I think these are some of the types of polycondensation reaction. And next we are going to cover the radical polymerization. These are the also called as the chain reaction, and additional kind of reaction is basically referred to the same chain kind of reaction. So in these areas we are going to cover the radical chain reaction, polymerization, the techniques of polymerization, and the ionic type of polymerization, and the polyenes basically be formed by the complex formation. And then the copolymerization, we are going to study about the kinetics of copolymerization, the composition of it, the block of copolymers, the graph type of copolymers, and at the end we are going to cover the inorganic polymers. So these are the topics that we are going to cover in our upcoming months. Mm, so next, so before going into the details, what are the mm, we are going to discuss about the word polymer itself. What is the polymerization? So the we have already discussed that in the polymerization reaction, which is also called as the chain growth reaction, right? No, sorry, step growth reaction. And in this we are going to discuss what are the interfacial type of polymerization, that is the condensation polymerization, homogeneous type, and then we are going to discuss about what are the basic process that is refers to the definition of polymerization. The polymerization is basically a process in which a particular molecule, that is a simple molecule, when these simple molecules undergo combination or it undergo reaction, it forms a bigger molecule. So this simple molecule refers to the monomers, and this bigger molecule refers to the polymers. That means the smaller molecule combines to form a bigger molecule, and the simple molecule combines to form a bigger molecule, and the monomer combines to form a polymer. So this is kind of to understand in a simplest way. So we have considered here the simple molecule and a bigger molecule. 1, 2, 3 monomers combines to form a polymers. 1, 2, 3 simple molecule combines to form a bigger molecule. So for example, here if we take the example of, if we take n number of the monomers, that is the AB is the monomer. So when these combines, it forms the polymers, that is AB. Here n is basically refers to the number of the monomers that is combined. So for example, if we take the example of ethene, so at a particular condition, like it has a traces of oxygen, and 473 Kelvin and 1500 atmosphere. So in these conditions, if these conditions satisfy to this monomer, it results in formation of a polymer. So these are the sum of the example that is visible in our surrounding is like plastics, fibers, and textile materials are those which are basically the example of the polymerized. Sorry. So here the N is basically refers to number of the molecules or the number of the smaller molecules combined or the number of the monomers combined. So similarly, I would like to give you all small task. Like I have written here the propene, right? So we know that this is also a monomer. This is also a simplest molecule. When these molecules undergo polymerization, what would be the product? So you have to give this answer in the WhatsApp group. Yeah. And ahead, moving to the next. We are done with this, and this one. So in condensation reaction, that is the or step growth reaction or condensation polymerization, in which we have already discussed what we are going to study. So today's session is mostly like the introductory kind of session, a basic definition with an example, and from the next in the coming days we are going to go into more details regarding the step growth and what is the addition polymerization, what are the basic more depth understanding about the um, basic reaction, right? So moving ahead, this step growth reaction, which is basically it's the same process, or it is a combination process, it is a reaction. So in which what happens is like when two different kind of monomers can be of similar kind, it can be of different kind. So here we are talking about the two different monomers. So for example, AB is one of the monomer and CD is another monomer. So it means like these two are the different monomers, right? So when these two monomer unit basically combines, it forms undergo the condensation polymerization. So one of the basic characteristics of this type of reaction is like there is a loss of some kind of the smaller molecule, like water, HCl would be the byproduct of these kind of reaction. If you quote some of the examples like polymer nylon 66 or the bakelite are some of the examples of the polymerization condensation reaction. So if you quote an example, so here is the adipic acid. Acid means it's like there would be the functional group as COOH, right? This is the carboxylic acid is the functional group. So when these adipic acid combines with hexamethylene diamine, so this is adipic acid where the two acid at the end at the center there would be the 6 number of ethane. So here I yes, here would be the 6. Sorry, I forgot to mention here. I have not written. So hexamethylene 6 adipic acid when it combines with hexamethylene diamine. So here hexamethylene diamine is like the base of it, and H2 which is the amine, right? Amine. This is amine. This is COOH, that is the carboxylic acid. So when these two are combined, it forms there is here the hydrogen is positively charged and OH is negatively charged. When these undergo reaction, there's a release of water. So the water has been released here. That means there is water is basically released, and this product is formed, which is called as the nylon 6X. So nylon 6X. So here the 6X, I think it comes from the here ethylene, 6 times ethylene. There is a 6 time methyl. Here again 6 time methyl. So here the 6 nylon is, that's how the nomenclature is basically the common name. So moving ahead. Mm, Moving ahead regarding the addition polymerization. So in the addition polymerization here, what is that? There is involvement of only one type of monomer. And again, the basic difference is like there is no any loss of any smaller molecules like as happened in the previous type of reaction. So here the simple monomers it combines to form a polymer. So here the example we can quote is like polyvinyl chloride, teflon, etc. So moving ahead. hmm So we are done with this. Yeah, yeah. So one more thing I would like to request all of you is to here I have given you a task homework. I mean here work for home. So this is like a combined A molecule is combined with a B molecule and it results in formation of another polymer. This is an example of the condensation polymerization reaction. So what you have to do is like you have to complete this reaction. What would be the reactants and what are the product is basically been formed as a Dacron. So you have to complete this reaction. And the third is like copolymerization, right? So copolymerization is something is similar or that I mean this is one of and again one of the process in which the monomers combine to form more polymers. But here the fact is that here there would be formed more than one kind of monomer. So here it is like when one monomer combines with another monomer, it forms the copolymer. So, so here the example we can say is like the formation of copolymer. So it can be formed by two methods. It can be by the chain growth addition, and the other is the step growth addition. So here the chain growth addition, what happened is like there would be already an existed. There would be a polymer chain which would be already exist. So when it reacts with another monomer, so it results in formation of a copolymer. So similarly, in case of condensation condensation polymerization, which is the step growth polymerization, according to this, the monomers can be added to monomers can be added to oligomers. It's basically polymers can be added to a polymer. So it varies with the it depends upon the particular reaction or the particular condition how it's been formed. And so one of the example we can quote regarding the copolymers is like so 1,3-butadiene, right? So this is 1,3-butadiene at one position, and at the three position there would be the double bond. So that's why it's been called as a 1,3-butadiene. And styrene. Styrene would be like benzene ring at the top of which there would be ethylene. So here the double bond. So here the reaction happens. So how this reaction has happened because here it is double bond, right? So here the deslocalization or displacement. So here the pi bond we already know that it's a weak bond and it easy to delocalized and it undergo displacement of the electrons. So as a result of which, so here the that's how this and Buna as has been formed and the double bond it delocalized from one position to third position, one position to second position, right? So here the n number of the butadiene combines with n number of the styrene. It results in formation of the Buna as. So what is the basic um, practically we can see that what it the properties of this Buna as would be very uh, tough kind of characteristics and it has a high tensile strength. And similarly, what we can do is like we can use this Buna as in some of the automobiles, tires of the automobile. Yeah, so this is a brief introduction regarding the polymerization, copolymerization reaction. Mm, and moving ahead. So yeah, today mm, yeah, we have already discussed regarding what are the definitions of polymerization, what are the three types of polymerization that is based on our